Now the chairman has also spoken. The point is that those at the national level have been picking and choosing. Now, when someone, it tells you where they also belong. Once someone said something against Alan, no one can say no. This says, no, pressure na kobe bia mo wona na afina mo kan wasama na say now the heat is in the kitchen and it is now burning you. Obe de won say ho no mo e bia fe no mo ni aba mo say eba. Oye de won say ho no mo wonti no mo sia no kan. People have made scandalous pronouncements. People have made scandalous pronouncements, even including the doctor, is it the spokesperson or the special assistant to the vice president? Wow, is it Baku or something? Including him. The point line started coming, lying here and there. You see, then hopes in so they will respond in equal measure. Dr. Gideon Baku didn't open. Dr. Gideon Baku, yeah. Yes. So you see, I have also said Dr. Bawumia has the penchant to punch. He has the penchant to punch. He's very witty. Our journey, to be frank with you, is brilliant. No two ways about that. Now, to be frank with you, one can't just say, we are born now. So, Kennedy said, and Jessica, name of my ideas, I attend you. So, who's kind of missing one? I attend you. I know the Kennedy Japan said, put one of more offensive. Offensive, the dinner complex, offensive. Mr. Nuno. So then it means that it will become murky. You see? So at the end of the day, Dr. Bawumia received more flack. Listen, say, no, or as vice president. So he will have to defend the record of the president and himself. Then Dr. Bawumia too has a problem. I've said Dr. Bawumia, the MPP will struggle to defend and to, you see, propagate the message if he becomes the flag bearer. Dr. Machini Nosu, my target no from pa. The American say, MPP Dr. Bawumia say, one no. About my MPP for Juma Dini. MPP for Ejuma Ebayadini in terms of campaigns and say, Assembia or Beccabiano near Wakaye, Nano, or they will Google it. A Google Europe internet. Somebody at the next technology. Yet we're to book away video no book away video no and a DNA. And you know, partner I was there. If you ask me, not because I say, and call for more permanent interest. And say there is a reason why you were couponing in penny for supporting Bawumia. And to the Mamfa and Unconcosi. And they say, at the moment, you know, the don't put that Dombo down for busier tradition is non existent and new hope. It does not exist. If it exists, a theory. The passions are what you are for any year a Omanpenny Nana Kufado. And as I say, a Kufado fashion, and they put it to me or party because he's the leader. No more resources and so because they are in government. And you know, Dr. Bawumia, I have to say, you're remote to control. No. A son say, on no word dinner, and the Akufado fashion. And no, senior no correct. Oh, how will he say that? Then it means you don't want the so. Oh, a sly way of dodging the flacker Obeteki just because he's standing in the name of President Akufado. Because the economy in yet, recording yet, and don't you know, or finance a crime be so watching home. But how are you not going to defend the very record of the very person that you have run this country with? You have to defend that record. Don't even show who for the beer. Because for a judge will say, no, we are vice president, our Bemu, a dear no 2 years, a combat, am I a day, a dear Ben Siname, some attitude, some who say we are economic wizard, and no one can back, who are financial background into the band the same. And don't you know, argument, you know, diko hona hanetie na diba ala na fa yes Kufo. Now the Alan factor no is the Ashanti factor. Is the Ashanti factor of the party. Now the Ashanti factor, they have the numbers, but at the moment they don't have the resources. I told you, the reason why I say, in this country currently, woman, a different region pan complaining about bad routes. Region bank now complaining more about bad routes. So in Ashanti region, it's not Ashanti region.
Ashanti.
I didn't know as a banner, say a poor, the beer, your support a poor our bemu. I took about the more than what the attempt factor brings. Why should we not be the ones controlling the soul of the party now? And you know, that will be the motivating factor. Apart from sympathy, say, betray Alan. But you see, I'm going to say, we have permanent interest, we don't have permanent friends.
Of course.
It is in the interest of President Akufo-Addo to ensure, say, the acting factor still have the stranglehold over the party. In terms of what Chinabi, they deciding who becomes the next flag bearer, they will still have a say, an important say. That is the thing about politics. What else? And you know, the power brokers, you know, that's the more reason why people have been accusing the current government of state capture, because at the end of the day, and once the resources of the nation are in their control, no, they decide who becomes the president. As I see radio, I think it's here now. Very professional. They are very professional, if you ask me, because I've conducted interviews with them, and the way I think they are very professional. And they are virtually rivaling other radio stations or FM stations like Joy, City, the Baby Star. And it is for the future. Professionalism for the future. And you know, so people it is the Assassin Empire now. That's our Ghana funding now. And no, and they have the propagatory machinery to propel whoever becomes the next president or the presidential candidate of the MPP. Watch it, because I have done political analysis for more than 23 years, and I know what I'm talking about. Because me can't know big casta or no, but just say it was in private. But yes, and you know.
Wait, breaking news, Nadia, I know.
Almost plan everything. You need to have an insight and be a visionary to be able to know exactly what is happening. Until the Ashanti factor, no, where is that united front in terms of these things that may analysis here? Where is it? But they have planned their exit and they have planned their re-entry. As I told you, no, it is the assassin factor.
Ashanti, no,
they don't have the resources. When
you imagine crash on take control,
they don't have the resources now. They have the numbers. So if they want, they should use their numbers to their advantage. That's all.
And who say people say buy Asante him funum kunwa him funum bi kura se omampani dada John Dramani mama say ebase wo consider obi obebo ni chidomo a omra Ashanti region.
Yes, that particular narrative also. I have heard proposals. There are others who think it's omubo bidin yewra ojobo nso abonidi
mate a setting a wada ku bidin ono de am say omubo ni din mo pa wada ku no so stand tall pa our Ashanti region ha.
Well, but I don't know if the flag bearer will consider a change.
Well,
the female factor and so the woman too is a professor of renown.
Now, ebase obe consider change ya. Ashanti region be boano.
That would be the best.
Okay. eti ubetu no for say won change say we dey we akona amwa no ubetu no so won change
me to no for sa and two politicians for
that be na ufi say dey na beboa no
dey na beboa no
or maintain who na on say nsa
I don't want to hazard a guess on that.
Oh, that be one
at the moment, if you asked me, he may have a good reason to maintain Professor Nana Jene Pokwajima. And he may have a good reason not to do so.
But we are political analysts out to baby, we near my yay. Or Koba, who are putting to near the other, or Confahona Babuano, who are Koreas in Wasako, sorry.
Bako Okwe also couldn't tree. First one, I'm one. Usha,
what's the first one I think?
I'm one. Usha go to Lucia, it was almost $1 million. Second one, he comes with the good professor, the woman, and cumulatively, Aba Yeru Akufa the Divini, was just around 500. So the MPP itself, is a party on a downward trajectory in terms of misfortune. They are going down. And with all surveys, they are likely to lose in 2024. So if that is the case, then he has every reason to say, okay, I can maintain the woman. But yes, I can maintain the woman and see how the female factor will also help. But I think, whichever way he goes, whether he decides to pick an Ashanti or somebody from the Ashanti region, or he decides to maintain Professor Jenano Pokwajima, he is more likely to win the 2024 elections than losing. Now,
say Ekoba Sebia, female factor, Obasem, Remua. Some mammy, they were in the chimpirino. And you bet me about say, oh, maintaining your bank for Bafofro. Name when yes, Amamia.
Oh, I don't think so.
That's all soft thought, Mamma.
I don't think so. That one is brilliant too.
Oh, soft thought, man. We are teaching.
At least, you see, in terms of corruption, she is unblemished. And now, some money beyond Honda. That in itself is a plus. Two, if the female factor, no, a year we are a quad down. We are talking about, 3:1 in terms of female-male population in this country. If a Madodo had decided they are going to vote for the NDC because they are likely to see a first female vice president, that in itself can also catch the fever. It shouldn't be always men. But if he decides to change, that is his decision. I cannot change. But I think,
now, I know last election I reflected.
Cumulatively, the only problem I can say, Opi Central Region, and yet Mr. Muhammad did not win the Central Region. But you forgot to say, Central Region of Free, she's not a flag bearer. The flag bearer is Mr. Muhammad. So if Mr. Muhammad did not perform, you don't blame the woman. But all the same, others will also say otherwise and say, Nipa Opi Central, now when to me win Central, I'm presidential candidate. That in itself is also a problem, and for can use that as an argument. So whichever way, the advantages and disadvantages. But if he decides to go for an Ashanti, it is not a bad idea.
Dr. Nkomo, there were so many branches. In Chasua, your news items are kind of a me pass me listeners, me viewers, I enjoy Radion count normal. I've been careful. Me calling Lydia or no de bibia one menu. Kwame was it?
No, not all Miki I be say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. While we need one toucher, one here a second round, a very difficult. None compared to throw more light on it. Now, oh my, why would you say bit me? Yes, sir.
Dr. Mbajoti.
Repeat your no so on way check
okay, so repeat.
I fed the OT.
Okay.
Na me bisa about okay, but as a betrayal uncomunum say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was our year no say obewini one touch So while we need one touch, a very difficult for him. And an person would throw more light. Why?
Oh, say, at the moment, no, everybody else is in opposition. And Kwafua, ministry said, some more numbers kakra. To me, I did that about me, any former Greek minister. It sounds former Greek minister, no. Only on penny, I want to dear more than they've been friends since childhood.
And not now, Cassa, Oman Penny, Achim for a tie, Bawumia China, maybe says, and the best friend Pania could add an Anya go to Bawumia and Wakansa. But anyway, question I mean,
of course, potentially you need to look at the winnability of a candidate. Dr. Akoto was a flop in the Greek ministry to the extent that I think no one about any other ministry. I mean, who does that? I've never heard any. As much as the idea may be good, it is because the policies, the chain of development and policy anyejuma. It's to say there was a man you cocoa road, you know, edimu na say agric produce na ba yetimi akate free. The other thing is that nyamano boy na dentia was transportational cost na akosoro into transport no kwampono form a bulk of the cost of production. Into baby do all these urban centers near the end. That is also part.
Question I mean you beside and call back. Yes,
okay. All right. And you know, that's about me. So when we need one touch, I should count his presidential ambition off. Adentia. The rest still say they are in opposition and he is in government. They are in opposition and he is in government. And I've also analyzed that Sankoman Penin Kufuor support Aliwa. Aliu could have easily beaten President Akufo-Addo and that of Alan. Alan would have been nobody. Alan would have been nobody if he did not get the support of our former president. He would have been nobody because President Akufo-Addo was ahead of all of them. President Akufo-Addo was ahead of all of them. And President Akufo-Addo, no, analysis from the back, from the history. You Professor Dubois in our honor. Na Kufuor Baba skirmish over contest no. I'm catching and say and do so. And into you Kufuor and so Baba Kufuor I'm catching and no so. And na at that 2007 way no or catch it almost say it drew on also so because these are the sacrifices that he made into and no many sympathy no from the delegates. And that's the more he was able to win. But in terms of resources, you know, Alan had the backing of the establishment, so he had his way. Young Famra, you are that about me, so nothing. Tesiano, so no one to me, we need one touch with all the resources. That's the percentage in a to say there should be another round there. He's going to lose because all the rest, put here you coverage upon a summer worker, put here you Japon the campaign style. Alan, the campaign style, I Canada, Japan, all these three that I've mentioned, you don't expect them say they are going to be soft on Dr. Bawumia. If they are soft on Dr. Bawumia, then there is no reason for them to be in the race. Of course, where he's coming from? He's coming from a privileged position, a vice president. He's still in government. He has not resigned. So, resigning there, then maybe people have seen some kind of neutrality, and that could have helped him. But because he has the backing of the president and the establishment, he cannot resign. And he cannot say he's not going to defend the records of the establishment. It's what he will have to do. And if he doesn't win one touch, that's the problem. And if Alan should win one touch, then, of course, he should also count his presidential ambition off because it is going to be difficult for him in the way.
But Doc, say you know, likely, possible, say, party no bedi kan akọ the super delegates, no akọ cut it down the number to 5. So per analysis our yen is here, you know. Ebetimi aye adwuma ewo the super delegates me say be a 5 for no a ebe free mu no ebia they may throw their support behind one candidate bia and also betimi affect Dr. Mamoudou Bawumia ne candidate.
So that about betimi we need one time and then it means to say Alan and Ken vote a best split. to some split here, and a beer on Ubetimian film, one touch. Anna, Alan did one so benya, Anna Caraja Pons do no benyano. Say, Anya careful, I don't know so that Bawumia ain't me baby. Then there will be a second round. And I know for sure that the relationship, the see I work in, any Dr. Bawumia, Afro, and your relationship, the can renew about supporting one yet. Now, the fourth and the fifth, they may not necessarily have some numbers, but some also free say it will be the highest bidder, and I'm very sure says the fourth and the fifth, I was considering to be a coverage Japan could be part of 1 to the 5th. I don't know, but it is a possibility. Others have mentioned Jogate. Say Jogate has a strong support from the West. The others are quite to say but if the West alone will support Jogate could be part of the first 5. So, Dr. Bawumia, we share the first 5 in the issue now. The problem with the party is that this particular hurdle shouldn't have come in the first place. It tells you that we've not been able to manage the ambitions of people trying to become president. And to manage it as a party. And Abba, it has when you have such a number contesting for the presidency, it tells you that the establishment, they want to change the direction of the establishment. And Obia say where they will take part in the whole process. And a Banistan and I said the establishment itself as too. Maybe so say. I said there is no faction in the NDC. The faction in the NDC is one. Mr. Rawlings is dead. So in reality, a theory. President Mills is dead. In reality, a theory. And until Shemo ada voice, the ticketers, Omunina Adane more supporting Mahama. Into Mahama and the only faction in the party. That's the more reason why we are 98.9%. No, it's as the faction is one. One kind of why you jaw. That is what has happened. And first in the work between the two strong, the president and the former president.
All right.
And, first 5 years I come answer me. Maybe who declare who came first and who is going to come second. The son say that in itself will create advantage or disadvantage for one or the other. They should have impressed upon this pen for some to step aside. For some to step aside. But when you manage that process in a year, it's a failure on the part of the establishment. Because they only lead the Kuno into Mentimi and then for Kata. I'm a man Jemu. Almost him saying, Yadamukako winning. Now, so Omuka part of the contest. No, don't say, oh, we have first 5 in we now say Dr. Bawumia and the D Ghanaian. Don't expect that Dr. Bawumia will not use that as a propaganda tool to campaign for the November 4th one. It should have been a one-time distance. It is a waste of time. I don't think it's a more this review nearby. They've not helped the party in any way. They've not helped the party.
All right. My final question. That means per analysis you are Kennedy akompre kon e Japan. Already candidate channel said the CTA can pass human rights issues no money ade. Candidates are one more really Eddie kind say in the contest. That's a former minister, trade minister Lanche Martin, Dr. Mamoudou Bawumia. So mumu biya betimi a winning contest no. It means womu here support from Kennedy akompre kon e Japan. Can you say obia Kennedy ebe true ni support amanu biya no ebe timi a winning the primaries no amana yi?
Possible. Possible. I'm telling you, because the grassroots, Mr. Kennedy Japan has the support of the grassroots. Alan has the support of the grassroots, and some number of the elite of the party they support Alan, but most of the support base of the Bawumia are elite. Most of them are elite of the party, the MPs, the ministers, the CEOs what I said. These are elite of the party, but he also has grassroots support. But I don't think it is that voluminous, and also let say Alan and Kennedy. Anyone Kennedy ever supporting, I think that person will win.
Finally, on Kennedy, on Kennedy Akompre Kwen Japan. Yes, on Kennedy Akompre Kwen Japan issue, no. Only supporters need him come out to say issues here. You're raising why be human rights issues near the day, and then a pass pronouncements been near there. One making they be a party no who say one a better thing for them to defend, but the supporters need be say. Say Kennedy Japan decide and now party ni decide say bia on kind the final five no and now say delegates no crack we fear delegates now yinu free agronoma na wa wenia. Do you see Kennedy Japan going independent now or independent to the party and to Kennedy Japan no ramification by saying
you are taking me into a wild speculation. Kennedy Ebeko so decided so call content cordia. That would probably be say Bia Dr. Bawumia and Bia Ebewini. Na Bia Kwanya part in the person Bia Anyana dia. He has the resources to do that. But to say Alan Ebewini dia, I don't think he will go. I don't think he will engender that.
Say if Kennedy say Ekoban say be obeko independent, do you think say be affect party no in the 2024 election?
It will affect the party big time.
E betimi amomo lose.
Already Nankasa, we share service report now bana. The MPP itself, they are not in a good position to win the 2024 election. The CDD, Afrobarometer, Global Info Analytics, Economic Intelligence Unit, and last 2 weeks.
Bianu favor now is a Ghana fund so fight for a third force. Tinkuma minu ADA and a Canadian question one or bet me formidable third force or Ghana phobia or me floating with a Kudinachi. A general election.
Well, you see, the strength of Canada Japan is within the MPP party.
Okay.
The strength of Canada Japan is within the MPP party.
Okay.
The point is that are the support base ready to go with him if he decides? And I say unless he loses in a very bizarre manner. Because say workers a grandpa with pure moka Ghana Krumha. He's talking about 7,158, Now some way, sure. Support base of Papa Kusindum, Dr. Papa Kusindum, no, and the workers don't. I don't think that PPP a place, into the workers, almost for families. Into no, at the end of the record. I don't know, if you have such a number, that's I would say, almost common number for support here, you will become a force to reckon with. But as an individual, you will still need the support base of others, almost share the conviction and in his vision. Other than that, the only thing you have done is say, and never by an MPP elusi more. But as to what I say, in the part in the bit imagine, something else.
And also, no bit me winning election, so
won't me winning.
Okay.
Won't me winning election. It's to say, he may be very popular within the party, but he is not popular outside the party. It's to say, the mild-mannered people in this country will think it's a past record, human rights near there now. It can easily plunge this country into chaos. But I will not mind if anyone who wins will want him to play a particular role in it. To say, Bia, as a 1 year Greek minister, I'm very sure, he'll be able to bring some kind of revolution. But on no Peter business mentality, person be about 10 minutes down now because of his style. But I think if the Greek sector is supposed to employ about 60% of the non-formal sector of this country, and you have somebody like that leading the pack, I won't use you the usual document. No moment is going to the field. I think Ghana will be better off if the way was succeeded as a businessman. If you should use the same method in a sector like that, I think it will help. They can even decide to make him the minister. Now, share fire obey to me at the network at the Amma in Juma at the Abba Ghana. How a tax system you bet me realign it. The mom and yet to say the taxes in the end, it does not work in terms of productivity. It's very high. So we need someone who will play outside the book, not a theorist like that about me.
No, that's it. Yamisha, you better ask me from Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochre.